You know, COVID-19 isn't an event that we're going to get through. Yeah, we get past it, but it's not something that's here and then it's just going to go away and we return back to normal. COVID-19 has given us either opportunities or it's giving us challenges. And a lot of people right now see it as a challenge, but there are many people who see it as an opportunity. But the biggest thing that we need to learn from COVID-19 is that change is normal. COVID-19 is a reason for us to look at change because change is constant. Change is always here. We are always changing. We are not the same person we were last week. We are not the same person we were yesterday. Change is constant. And if we don't learn how to deal with change and work through change, then you're going to be stuck in a rut. You're going to be frustrated. Being certain of tomorrow is really a passing thought because we don't know what tomorrow is going to bring either. So as a leader and leading in crisis, and today this COVID-19 is considered a crisis. We've got, some people call it the second wave. I believe this is still the tail of the first wave, whatever. But it's put us in crisis in our communities, in our states, in our businesses. As a leader, crisis and change aren't dealt with and you don't tackle them with just guidelines and policies and that you put in a notebook and you put on the shelf for the next crisis to come around. That's not the way it works. That's sometimes we call that a strategic plan or an emergency plan, and those guidelines are good, but what you learn from this one doesn't go on the shelf until the next one because change is the normal in the world today. Leaders need to be learning and building their skills every single day, especially during this COVID crisis, so that you can move forward, so that you can thrive, so that you can excel and succeed in a world of constant change because the world is changing every day. So as a leader, there are 4 transformations that you need to make in order to become a leader who is ready for change. And so you've got to work on yourself. You've got to make sure that you as a leader are transforming yourself and your leadership so that as change and crisis comes up, which is every day, you're able to lead your people through it. The first transformation is to let go of yesterday and today. You can't do anything about yesterday. You can do a little bit about today, but whatever's going to happen today is going to happen today. If you hadn't planned for what's going to happen today, you got to deal with it. You need to look at how you think things are going to happen, the assumptions that you make, the mindset that you have of what happened in the past, and how it's helped you to get to where you are today and the skills and the knowledge that you have. And then you need to take those assumptions and that mindset of the past and let them go. Let them go so that you don't end up with this tunnel vision of saying, well, that's how I dealt with it before. I'm going to deal with it the same way today. No, because everything has changed. And so the assumptions that you've had about how you deal with issues in the past may be a guide, but don't get locked into them because you'll get this tunnel vision and you won't be able to get out of it. What was true and worked yesterday and even today isn't guaranteed to work tomorrow. So don't get locked into how you dealt with it in the past. Circumstances will change. You need to be prepared for them. The second transformation is you need to get feedback from a bunch of folks. Solicit their feedback so that you can make a good decision and they can help you make a decision. Sometimes in the middle of a crisis, a leader wants to shrink their sphere of people so that information is tight and decisions can be made quickly. And that's okay to a point. But when you start listening to fewer and fewer people, the true knowledge gets less and less, and you end up start making bad decisions at the spur of the moment because you're not getting all of the information. No one person has all the information. No one person has the right information or the answers in a time of crisis. So you need to listen to a lot of people. You need to expand your group, expand your tribe, expand your sphere of influence so that you're listening to a lot of people. Gather different, unique, uncommon viewpoints so you can hear them all, which will help you decide what the path is you want to take. Discuss these all different viewpoints, debate them, include them in your decisions, include them in making the decisions so they feel like they are involved and included. Because when you include these people, they will then be more willing to accept the decision that comes out. And then that helps to unite them all around the decision. The third transformation you need to make in the time of change is to develop alternatives that are in line with the vision for your organization, your business, your marketing plan, whatever it is. You need to look at you need to have different alternatives, like 3 different strategic options that will help you achieve your vision, but maybe they go in different directions. Because as the crisis continues and as change keeps changing, the one that you started off on may end up not being the right one, and you've got to pick another one. So you need to have at least 3 strategic options that will help you get to your vision so that you can jump from one to the other quickly. You need to make sure that you give full consideration to each one of those directions because you never know when you've got to go that way. Basically, you're creating a map that is right for your company so that you know where you're going. The fourth transformation to make as a leader in time of change and crisis is you need to encourage your people. You need to acknowledge the fact that they're under stress. You need to acknowledge the fact that you're under stress. You need to check in with them often because they will feel like they're on an island too. If everybody in time of crisis starts shrinking back within themselves and in their little little office or their little sphere of influence, and people start feeling like they're all alone out there, their stress gets higher and they make bad decisions. Ask them how they're doing. Pay attention to the answers. Ask them how their families are doing in a time of crisis. Because many times your staff, the people you work with, will make bad decisions because they're more worried about what's happening at home in the middle of a crisis than what's happening at work. Empathize with them. Let them know that you care. Let them know that we're all going through the same thing. Let them know that you're there to help them, to listen, to offer advice, or just listen. Sometimes people just need someone to listen to them and understand. These are the changes. These are the transformations that a leader needs to make in order to deal with change and to be able to make it through a time of crisis and a time of change, because change is a normal part of life and a normal part of business. You need to be able to develop the vision to see opportunities that are presented to you during a time of crisis, during a time of change, and the possibilities that that can bring you for your business, for yourself, for your family, whatever it is. Because in a time of change, it's 2 sides of the same coin. It's either opportunities on one side or it's challenges on the other side. You get to pick. You're going to have to deal with both, but you get to pick if you want to focus on the opportunities or focus on the challenges. It's up to you. You can't predict what the change is going to be. You can't predict it. It's inevitable. Things are going to change. It's inevitable. You never know which way the wind's going to blow. But you can learn how to see it as an opportunity for you to grow when everyone else around you is hunkered down, scared, hiding in a hole, just wanting it to be over, waiting for us to get back to normal. Well, this is the new normal. We're not going back to the way it was. This is the new normal, so we might as well put on our big boy pants and get up and lead our people down the road, this new direction we're going. Because crisis is always here, change is always here, and a good leader learns how to lead through crisis and through change in order to succeed and find the opportunities that are right for them. I'm rooting for you to make it through and succeed through these challenging times, through this COVID-19 mess that we're going through. Look for the opportunities for you and your business, your people, and find a way to succeed. I'm Mark Schinnerer. This is your Tuesday Truths, coming to you from inside the house because it's snowing and sleeting outside and I'm not sitting on the porch. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.